Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, France to Australia in little bits trip. Today we're going from Sharm El Sheikh Airport in Egypt. We're crossing I believe this is the Gulf of Arabia or something like that, into a couple of, there's no towns around here, so just a waypoint here, a waypoint there. There's another airport here, on our way to Juba in Saudi Arabia. Let's go. Let's get going here. We're leaving from Sharm El Sheikh Airport, International Airport. I was pronouncing it Skeek yesterday because that's what the game, inside the game, was labeling it. Outside on the main map it's S-H-E-I-K-H, and I looked at Google and that's exactly how it's meant to be pronounced. So typos inside the game itself that aren't typos on the map, that's just weird. Let's get going anyway. 38 degrees for a little bit while we gain some height. And flaps up. Then we're saying goodbye to Egypt today. And hello, Saudi Arabia. And the Arabian Peninsula. How are we doing on the wind? 3 knots. Why are we taking off downwind?
Tower Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 continue for north departure.
This is part of the big resort town that we saw yesterday coming in, I guess. Sharm El Sheikh. The strange thing is we're going to go to a runway labelled over on this little island over here, which is also Sharm El Sheikh Airport, according to the game. A different code, HESR. This one here was something else, HERM or something. Well, let's go have a look-see, shall we? I guess that means this island's owned by Egypt, given this town also names its airport on this island. This town name. Let's have a look back at the, that's where the resorts were and whatnot. Another one below us here, with some industrial stuff right next to it. That's a bit odd. You've got this nice, almost theme park looking resort, and then just sheds next door. Sheds, I ask you. Outrageous. So much my money back. Level off. Continue our looking around. On our 108 for didn't start the clock, 3 minutes 29. Get back up to 2,000 feet. Why did you drop on me, plane? Why? Oh, anything else on this island? Just this airport? Just this runway? I feel like this might just be some kind of mistake. How could it also be Sharm El Sheikh Airport when the one we just came from was Sharm El Sheikh Airport? Someone put a thing in the wrong spot somewhere along the line? Or they've just gone, oh yes, there is an airport here, don't know what it's called, or just called it the same as the nearby town. I mean, surely this island has a different name. Absolutely zero resolution to the aerial photography for this island. Probably even, oh, there's a little shack on the top of that hill. It's probably even satellite imagery rather than aerial photography. Certainly this side, it's just, and then we've got some photography here that's a little bit detailed. Anyway, there's the airport. What's it doing there? What's it servicing? Wouldn't you just catch a boat over to this place? Why would you have a runway? Probably military, I guess. Probably military. Just hidden out on the island here, keeping an eye on their neighbours across the Gulf here. Because otherwise, there's nothing. It doesn't even look like things have been blurred out or anything. It's literally just a concrete runway there. An asphalt runway. Little parking area. And nothing else. Is that for some rich dude to just treat this island as his private beach or something? Crazy. Look at that. What was it doing there? What's it doing there? There's nothing. There's not even a little shack or a little... It doesn't even look like there's people who've driven cars along the sand here. There's no tracks, no nothing. Dude, what's going on? Right, 21 degrees for 4 minutes 42. We're headed to what I've called Mystery Cove. Couldn't find any towns or anything along here. Did find an airport or two to go via. We're just going to hop across this little bit of water here into Saudi Arabia itself, I believe. Which has taught me something, that Saudi Arabia and Egypt don't have a border. There is a little bit of land up here that's Saudi Arabia, Egypt, but in between it's Israel. So, yeah. Egypt and Saudi Arabia do not have a border. Well, a land border anyway. I mean, we've got the sea border, I guess you'd call it. And it looks like we're heading into areas of very little photography. It's all going to be fairly blurry. And maybe we'll see some houses or whatnot that maybe should have been put in but weren't. We'll see how the algorithm deals with Saudi Arabia. I sort of feel like there must be something at the end of this peninsula here. I mean, at the very least, surely you would have ports and things like that to keep an eye on your neighbours. I mean, why wouldn't you? Maybe you wouldn't these days with satellites and drones and things like that, but yeah, it's a little town here. Well, village. There is a shack with a bay and a harbour for a couple of boats. Pretty isolated place to be if that's where you're hanging out. Fascinating. Have a look around. Oh, lots of mountains there. We did go over some mountains yesterday. Across the desert, then a bunch of mountains, then back to desert, and then onto the sea. And there's our mystery island that has one runway on it and nothing else. Looking over the Gulf there. Okay. bit of a pause there. Something went wrong with my keyboard apparently and stalled the game. Alright, this is what I called Mystery Cove, just this really red patch of beach here, I guess you'd call it. Beach and desert. Life, after all, is a beach. Yeah, now we've got, you know, every country seems to have just its own style of things. You know, we had desert with dunes and sands in Egypt there, and now it's just flat desert, just sand. Not even dunes and little rocks and things. I mean, a little bit on the coast here, but look at this. Look at this, what was presumably once a delta. And it's now just dead sand. Anyway, here we go. Here's our red-coloured stuff. There's our custom point. I put it in the middle here, so we're going to have to wait. That purple arrow's already happy, so let's go. We're on our way to Dabab Airport to just have a bit of a flyby.
Yes, Rover, Zulu Alpha 1, when you're leaving my airspace, radar service terminated. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Oh, thank you, Tower.
Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved. Shafts Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
I'm going to go off course a little bit here. There's a couple little shacks over here in a road.
6212 miles west of Hotel Echo Delta Hotel 1.
Now I'm talking to Jeddah. Alright.
Request flight following.
Shop Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tennis Center. Squawk 7261.
Squawk 7261 Shafts Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Shop Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 11 miles west of Hotel Echo Delta Hotel.
Absolutely nothing. Just a couple of buildings on the side of the road.
Roger Shafts Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Look at this. It's just amazing. Black, red, yellow sand desert. And what are you guys doing? Why have you got a circle around your building there? The aliens again. Bloody aliens. Why is there, like, it almost looks like a research facility or something. Maybe it's an oil exploration shack or something. Anyway, on our way to Dabab Airport, down here somewhere. Another little bunch of things in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Incredible. Incredible scenery here. I'm just going to go to 100% power because it's absolutely... Oh, no wind data. Wow. We're in no man's land. We're just constantly losing height here. I want to get back up to 2,000 feet. We will ponder why. Let's see what's going on over here. Is this almost a village or a town? Perhaps. Not really. I think it's oil lights. Know why? I mean, obviously lots of oil out here. But, we've got these big ponds of... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's like an oil derrick or anything like that, so maybe it's something else. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever it is, there it is. I think this patch of white strip over here is actually our runway that we are flying over, Dabab Airport, so presumably either the airport's named Dabab or this little area of... what's going on? Is this, maybe it's an archaeological dig or something. It's just strange, yeah, it's just strange. I'm just going to leave it at that. Alright, now we can probably go back down. Let's try 93% power. Let's see if that wants to give us on level flight. But yeah, we've had a few of these. We had a few of these in Libya where it just looks like stuff's been carved out, and yet there doesn't seem to be any visible buildings. And not just that the algorithm hasn't put it in, but you'd surely be able to see them from the satellite pictures or the aerial pictures. So it must be some form of digging stuff up. Maybe it's oil, maybe it's archaeological, I don't know. Maybe it's military emplacements of some sort, bomb ranges and things. Firing ranges. Alright. We're now going to Mystery Settlement. I couldn't see any town names along here, but I did see what looked like, well, it might be a small town or village, so we're heading to that. I'm calling it Mystery Settlement. It's 102 degrees for 5 minutes 4 seconds. We're going to have another look around at everything. It's just flat basin, although now that we're a bit further into it, it's not as flat as it looked. We might just not have terrain data here. It's definitely meant to have a few mounds and dunes and things like that, so... Is that a town? It is a town. Let's go have a look at it. An actual village. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. It's something, just a little oasis on the side of the road. There's a couple of little village there on the beach. And on that beach as well. So there are, you know, there's civilization along here. I couldn't see it from the waypoint picking map. We're going to come and see this little place of residence of people. And admire these rocky mountains in the distance. Okay, interesting. Got some stuff carved out in the sand over here. Again, I wonder what that's all about. Anything really cool or interesting inside? But that might be what? A cemetery or something, or it might just be and yet another olive plantation. I think it might be the olive plantations. There you go. You know, fairly standard little village. Not bad. Well, we want to get back to our... well, we're following the road now. We'll follow the road. The mystery settlement that I selected was along the road, so... Well, it was along the coast anyway. I didn't see a road, but it should be down here somewhere. Oh, nice colourful little T intersection there. Probably have some kind of statue on it or something. And there's an oil derrick, the shadow of one anyway. Yeah, I thought the purple arrow had lost its mind, but no, it's just because I'm heading to the white line. Here we go. Little enclosed thing there on the water. I wonder what that's all about. A couple of them. There's another one. I'm beginning to think compounds in this country need to be fortified. They've all got fences around them. Well, we're basically back to the line. Let's follow this road. Fairly big road, and there is, you know, plenty of little villages and towns along the side of it. None of which showed up with a name when I zoomed in. But I'm sure you have a name. I'm sure it's a lovely name as well. But for now, you're a mystery. Although you're just a mine, I think. Yeah, no doubt you've got a name as well. Yeah, okay, well this is what I saw from the map. This looked like it might be a town. A town with no name. Mystery settlement number 12. Yeah, definitely a town. Again, seem to have lots of fencing around everything. To stop the marauding invaders, perhaps. Don't, like everything here, have that much of a good idea of what day-to-day living in Saudi Arabia is like. I do know, I did have a friend who lived in Dubai for a while, and you know, obviously the city itself was fairly safe, but if you wanted to leave the city, you had to basically have an armoured four-wheel drive. I don't know why, he never told me why, but apparently that's what they were told. So that was Mystery Settlement. We've just gone over the custom waypoint. Fairly large town, not as dense as the Egyptian towns we were looking at. Much more spread out. So now we want 140 degrees for 4 minutes 34 on our way to Juba Airport. Now, it said Juba Airport when I clicked on it, but from the aerial view with before click, just hovering over it, it said it was Neom Bay Airport. So multiple names. So I'm guessing this is Neom Bay down here. So I think that must be the runway there. We've got another fairly large town that didn't show up as named, much to our sadness. Not seeing any football fields. Now, that's not to say there aren't football fields. They might just play in the sand there. I guess it doesn't seem like a place that's particularly conducive for having grass growing. Shall we put it that way? Cool. Well, can we talk to Neom Airport? Neom Bay Airport is written here.
Tower Chas Rover Zulu Alpha, 117 miles northwest, 2,400 feet to land.
Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tower. QNH 29.9er 7 with 016 at 15. Flight 3 in runway 15.
Runway 15. Roger, roger.
Alpha 11 with 016 at 15. Clear to land runway 15.
Clear to land runway 15 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Right in. Straight in Neom Bay. Neom Bay. I guess the airport's called Juba? I'm not sure. I think we can probably start slowing down a bit. Get our camera views correct. Wonder why this airport's here servicing this not much of a town. I guess it might be a bit of a resort. Maybe it's oil. Doesn't really look like a tourist attraction, but maybe it is. Alright, flaps down, gears down, trim back. About there. See how we're doing. I mean, do you even need to put a runway here? It's flat. It's flat. You could literally land anywhere here. It'd probably be okay. Bit of power, coming in a bit short. Oh, we've got wind data again. Why are we again, we're landing downhill. Why? What are you doing to me, ATC? You should be landing the other way. Anyway, I'll allow it. It's not a huge wind. There we go, that'll do. We can float on in now. Oh, the windsock seems to suggest that we're landing. Oh no, it is downwind. Why are we landing downwind? That is incorrect. Oh, welcome to Neom Bay in Saudi Arabia. I hope you enjoyed that. That was leg 30 of our trip across the world. There is no taxiway. I don't see a taxiway. What are you talking about? I refuse to acknowledge your instructions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.